Whoa, guys, I love speeches. I love speeches. Like, it's something that I've always admired very well. Anytime I see politicians, though I know politicians are liars, I understand that. Believe me, I'm from a country with a lot of corrupt politicians, so that is not new to me. But I've always liked, even if a politician is corrupt, like, say what you will about Barack Obama, say what you will about him. Like the guy used to have very, very good. It was a very, very good orator. So like sometimes I wish I could be like that. I wish I could talk that smoothly and that eloquently, and be able to captivate an audience like that, the way some of these people were able to do. And this speech is being regarded as one of the greatest speeches in American history. I first learned about it while watching oversimplified video of the American Civil War. And I actually browsed about it because, guys, I actually love history. Like, I enjoy it. Despite the fact that someone could say that it doesn't really concern me, but it's something that I've always enjoyed, And so this speech was rendered by Lincoln after the battle at the Gettysburg battle, the Battle of Gettysburg, where the Union soldiers defeated the Confederate soldiers. So after the battle, Lincoln made that speech. I hope I'm right with all the things I'm saying. Anyway, without wasting any more time, please, guys, if you are new here, please hit that subscribe button. I'm very close to 1,000 subscribers, guys. I was really hoping I would get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, but I don't want to create goals for myself anymore. I've created goals on this channel before, and it has failed. I have fallen flat on my face with all those targets for myself, and it may look like I'm being pessimistic, but I don't really want to do that. I just hope that you guys, if you enjoy the content, please hit that subscribe button. I'm very close. Help me out. I really appreciate it. Let's get right into it.
Fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that that nation might live.
Wow.
It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here have consecrated it, far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note, nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced.
This is so chilling, man.
For us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion. That we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain. That this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth,
guys, is this speech? Is it totally accurate? Like, so as you guys have heard what is being said here, I know some of you know the history. I know history is not really something that a lot of people enjoy anyway, but hopefully those that are watching this video know the history. So, is it actually accurate what he's saying or what is being said in this video? Is it actually what Lincoln said in that? Like, I know maybe I'm not saying that it is totally wrong. I'm just saying that are all the words accurate? You know, I'm sure it was written down somewhere. So I'm just wondering. So guys, help me down in the comments.
Shall of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.
Wow. While listening to that speech, something crossed my mind. I was like, every time I follow news, not necessarily news, like in terms of like what's happening in the United States, the animosity that people have with each other. I don't know, maybe it's just an internet stuff. I guess if that is the case, you guys can correct me in the comments. But every time when the animosity that I see between each other, like especially about political stuff, and I get that a lot of political topics or issues that are very, very sensitive. I get that. I'm not oblivious to that fact, but it's just something that I've always. But I feel like people should be able to agree to disagree, but more and more when I see, like I said, maybe it's just internet stuff, but the way it's almost going to a level of like an echo chamber kind of thing, where if someone disagrees, like there's no middle ground. If I would say, it's almost like you're on my side or you are not on my side. So if you're not on my side, you're a bad person, you're a terrible person. Like that's just what I see on the internet. Like I'm saying, maybe I'm totally wrong, and this is not the case in the real world, in the United States. I'm just saying from what I see on the internet. I've always felt like the main problem comes from the people at the top. That's just what I've always felt like. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is that I've actually been looking at not that I'm wishing for it to happen, but the way things are going, the way, except of course it is just internet stuff. But if it's actually happening like this in real life, like it's happening like that in real life, I mean, I just don't see a way that a civil war will not happen in the next 200 years. That just like I'm this coming from someone that loves the United States. In fact, if God ever blesses me and I'm able to afford it, all my children will be born in the US. Because some may feel that the US is not perfect. Obviously, they're not perfect, but they're the superpower. And giving my children that opportunity of having that passport, so that no matter what happens, they can go anywhere. For example, now my own Nigerian passport, I could go to an embassy now to travel to another country. They'll be looking at me like I'm going to go and steal something. You know, I damn near have to be a very rich person for them to like, okay, this guy is not going to steal. Not going to. If I'm just like a normal young guy like I am now, just go there and I'm just okay. I'm not rich. It's going to be tough. But if let me just say, for example, now I was born in the US, but maybe my parents brought me back to Nigeria here. I'm traveling around the world, like to anywhere with that US passport. So it's just something that I've always wondered in terms of like the possibility of another civil war happening. I know a lot of people already predict it. So it's not like this is some original thoughts or whatever. But just from what I've been seeing, except of course if it's just internet stuff. But if it's not internet stuff, if it continues like this, with this kind of animosity where people can't agree to disagree on issues, then is at some point it's going to reach that breaking point. Definitely, that's just how life is. There's only so much you can hit that barrier. At some point it's going to break. So that's just my opinion. I don't even know why I even went on this rant anyway. Like I think maybe because of the video I just watched, but maybe I'll probably cut it out. I don't know. I'm really not sure if I'll keep it, because some of you may not even want to hear my opinion about the whole issue. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Please like the video on your way out. I really appreciate it. See you next time. Peace.